Every story has two sides, the one that you're told and the one that's hidden. Welcome to Twisted Storytimes.
Miarella always felt like she had been born into the wrong story. Not because she lacked beauty, not because she lacked intelligence, but because no matter how hard she tried to love the people around her, she never truly felt love back. She was the second oldest in the crowded household, overflowing with personalities, noise, and dysfunction. Yet, despite always being surrounded by people, Miarella lived in emotional isolation. Her siblings mocked her sensitivity. Her family overlooked her kindness. And the more she gave, the more invisible she became. In that house, love felt conditional, and Miarella never seemed to meet the conditions. Unlike traditional Cinderella stories, there's no wicked stepmother. The cruelty came in subtle form, dismissive comments, constant criticism, being treated like she existed only to serve others, watching everyone else receive softness while she received responsibility. Over time, Miarella became the emotional servant of the household, the one expected to carry burdens no one else wanted. And slowly, the house began stealing pieces of her confidence. She started questioning herself. Maybe she was too emotional. Maybe she was difficult to love. Maybe she truly didn't belong there. But pain has a strange way of pushing people towards destiny. And while others cope through bitterness, attention, and rebellion, Miarella turned toward God. At night, when the house finally quieted, she would sit beside the smallest window in her room and whisper prayers into the dark. Not polished prayers, not perfect prayers, just honest ones. Prayers filled with hurt, confusion, loneliness, hope. And little by little, something inside of her began to change. Not her circumstances, her spirit. What Miarella didn't understand then was this. Some people are chosen for transformation, and transformation almost always begin in isolation. Like Joseph in the Bible, when she was rejected in very places that she expected love the most, misunderstood by those closest to her, emotionally abandoned long before she ever physically left. But rejection was not the end of her story. It was preparation. And the years passed. Miarella carried herself differently. Still soft, still kind, but no longer desperate to be accepted. There was now a quiet strength about her that people could feel, not explain. And eventually, life introduced her to new chapters, new environments, new people, new opportunities. For the first time, she entered spaces with her kindness was not treated as weakness, where her presence was valued instead of tolerated. And suddenly, the same girl who once cried herself to sleep, feeling unwanted, began blossoming into the woman she was always meant to become. Graceful, confident, unshakable. Then came the moment that changed everything. An opportunity appeared, unexpected, life-changing, almost impossible. And unlike the frightened version of herself for years before, Miarella walked toward it, fear and awe, because she had finally learned something powerful. You do not need permission from broken people to become who God created you to be. Her transformation wasn't magical, it was spiritual. No fairy godmother arrived to save her. No prince rescued her from pain. God carried her through it, and that made her victory even more beautiful. Because the woman standing in the light at the end of the story was not someone who had been rescued. She was someone who had survived. Years later, the people who once overlooked her barely recognized her. Not because wealth changed her, not because success made her important, but because healing had finally revealed who she truly was beneath the pain. And the first time in her life, Miarella no longer felt out of place, because she had finally found where she belonged within herself. Some people are born into environments that cannot recognize their value. That does not mean they are worthless. It simply means they were never meant to remain there forever. Like Cinderella, like Joseph, like Miarella, you may experience rejection, isolation, betrayal, or seasons where you finally unseen. But when it's meant for you cannot be stolen from you. No delay can destroy it. No person can block it. No rejection can cancel it. In time, everything meant for your life will find you. And one day, you will look back and realize the pain was never there to bury you. It was there to prepare you for your becoming. This is Twisted Stories, where the truth always comes out, just not how you expected it to.
Thank you for turning the pages on this twisted story with us. If you like this content, please like, comment, and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any posts from us. And remember, every twisted story have a life lesson attached to it, whether good or bad. You can learn from it and also grow. See you guys next time.